Hey guys, let's see how they do a professional brake job pads and rotors. And then there's a special tool you can get that will clean the wheel studs. And then use a wire brush sometimes to possibly clean the hub. And then use brake clean to clean it up after doing everything you've done so far. And you need to clean the slides and clean the brake cradles. And then clean the bolts and then put them back in while you have it off the car so you do not lose the bolts.
He's going to pull the pad.
And then leave the slides in so nothing gets inside before you pull the slides. And pull the pads. And then pull the anti-rattle clips out.
Clean. We'll show you how we do it.
And clean everywhere that the anti-rattle clips go. And to clean the cradle, if you do not have a bead blaster, you can just use a wire brush, even though that's going to take more time. And make sure the slides are perfectly clean and get grease on them, which we've always do. And make sure they go back in the right spot, and there is
Is an upper and lower on many cars.
upper and lower on many cars. And there are a couple different kinds of lubricants you can use on the slides to clean them. And you can use Seal Glide.
Black grease.
And black grease, synthetic grease.
But either one of them, make sure.
And use brake grease only because of the high temperatures. And clean out the holes that the slides go in, first with the paper towel and then with air. Just coat the slide pins, do not cover them fully. And they'll show how they press the caliper back in. And open the brake bleeder when you're squeezing the caliper back in. And put the caps on because they keep to where it stays flowing and it doesn't get closed up in the middle. And it's because there's fluid behind the piston. And brake hose and brake line inside diameters are very small. And just pushing the brake pistons back in, you could have brake master cylinder problems and ABS problems. And do not pinch the brake hose. And leave the bleeder loose so the brake fluid can come out. And when you open it up, the fluid will come out. and clean the caliper mounting hole brackets on the dust shield and the caliper mounting bracket holes on the bracket itself. And brake squeaks happen between the caliper and the backing plate with the ears or the pistons. And that's the reason why shims are so important. And a buffer between the inner and outer shim.
Bit of movement.
And the pad and the backing plate. And a little bit of movement. And it will cushion it, and that is the reason why it's important to use shims. And will eliminate brake noise. And either clean your hands, or if you're wearing gloves, swap out to a new pair of gloves so you have a clean pair of gloves. And no debris on the friction material on the pads. And anything you get on them will compromise them.
Things on, it's almost impossible to keep your hands clean.
And rear drum brakes, you're better off putting blue painter's tape, because it's impossible to keep your hands clean. And put blue painter's tape on the rotor friction material to not get anything on them.
You can get all done with it and then peel that painter's tape off. Don't use duct tape. That glue will stay on the pad material. And I would suggest not using a beige colored like a masking tape, because that's the same color as the friction material. You might forget to pull it off. So the blue painter's tape is the best thing to do on that. Just peel off when you're done. So make sure this material stays clean. We don't get anything on it. So Clayton is now going to show you what we do. We're going to have a little bit of, I'm sure, a little bit of controversy here. Clayton's going to come in here, and he's going to put a little bit of lube on the back of these plates.
Gamefly is the best way to try new games. Rent it, love it.
Because Sherwood says it cuts down on friction on the backing plate.
Have a little bit of movement. We're not dealing with a brand new car here. We're dealing with a little bit of play. We might have a little more play than what it has from the factory. Obviously, things get a little worn. So we just take that extra step just to be sure. So we're going to put a little bit on here, and when we put the clips in, we're going to put a little bit on the clips. So Clayton will start doing that now.
And then a little bit on the clips.
And we do have new hardware.
And you only have to put that stuff on where the ears of the caliper go, or on where the pistons go. And most rotors usually have a coating on it.
Some of them are geomet coating, some of them are black. Do not take that coating off. That coating stays on. It will help bed the pads in. It will actually transfer material and bed the pads.
Well, what we've usually done is sprayed them with brake cleaner, that I recall. And there's a bunch of things we don't do that they do for doing brake pads and rotors. And if it has grease on it, do not clean the grease off. But then if it has like a coating on it, do not take the coating off.
On there. All right.
And put one of the lug nuts on one of the wheel studs after you put the rotor on, so you're not fighting the rotor while you're trying to put the caliper on it. And putting the pads in. And torque down all the hardware to proper specs.
We're dealing with brakes here, so we want to have that.
Put the clips in the right location for when you put the pads in. And then get the caliper put back in place.
Caliper slides right on, no issues. Again, very light duty. take this hook off. People have told me before they left their hooks on their cars when we do classes. Like, yeah, I use the hooks. I've lost a few of them. Make sure you take the hook. That's why I like the bright color ones. Don't buy, black ones or gray ones. Buy the green or the orange or something crazy color so you know it's there. Yeah, we can put a link in the description. They've got them on Amazon. They're super cheap. I mean, people make coat hangers and all that. These things are, I mean, they're super cheap. We'll find them, put a link down there. All right, he's going to torque it. Notice that the torque wrench moved, so they weren't over torqued by the gun. We're done. He's going to just double check himself. And he's going to take this off, and then he's done. He's done with this corner. All right, I know this video, I don't know how long this video is going to be at the end. I get it. People are like, oh my gosh, it took you forever. I'm telling you,
and pump the brake pedal to make sure it has a good pedal.
Assuming we're not doing another brake flush on it, so we're going to have to bleed it. Yeah, that's one thing now, if you're not doing a brake flush, when you get done, because you open the bleeder, you're going to have to bleed it. Now, it's going to take you probably maybe to, pump it, let it go down, pump it, let it go down, and you're probably going to be done. You didn't get any air in here. You opened it up and you pushed it out. So it's not like you got a bunch of air in it. So that's going to take, you're not going to be sitting here for long bleeding it. So maybe add another, I don't know, minute to that and having somebody in the car. So pump it up, get a good pedal, bleed it, get the wheel back on it, torque the wheel on properly, another video on that, and then you're good to go, guys. And you're going to have a proper brake job. It's going to be, you got some craftsmanship involved in this. You've done it properly, and you're proud of what you've done. And you know when that car goes down the road, that brake job's done right, and you're not going to have an issue with anything that you did. All right, everybody, we appreciate you watching.
Let's see if they have that video on how to torque a wheel. I do not see it. So then hopefully you guys like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you get notified when I upload, live stream, make YouTube shorts. And keep an eye on the community tab till YouTube makes a feature to where you get notified when I post in the community tab. Bye guys, peace, I'm out. And then hey guys, I'm gonna watch these other 3 videos and show you all the steps that they show in these too.